Hi everyone, welcome to Stamp with Jini. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cute little file folder card. This little circle here holds the file folder card closed. They're quick and easy to do, and once you know how, you won't want to stop. So let me set this aside and we'll get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to need is a piece of Sahara sand cardstock. This measures 5.5 by 10 5/8. I've scored it at the 4 1/4 inch mark and the 8 5/8 inch mark. So I'm going to take my bone folder and now fold those crease lines. Okay, let me show you because I've already decorated the front of this to make things go a little more quickly. The first piece of designer series paper from the Sweater Weather designer series paper pack is measured at 5 1/4 by 4 inches. I've stamped my sentiment from the Truly Grateful stamp set using chocolate chip classic ink and then added a piece of our summer starfruit ribbon. On the smaller flap, I've added another piece of our Sweater Weather designer series paper. This time it measures 4 1/4 by 1 7/8 inches. And I hope you can see it, but I've butted that designer series paper right up against the edge of this Sahara sand cardstock so that there's just a little bit of space left here between the designer series paper and the fold line. Now that I've got my designer series paper adhered, I'm ready to use my envelope punch board to create the file folder tab. I've got my envelope punch board here, and what I'm going to do is take my cardstock and line it up against the left-hand side of the punch. I hope you can see that. Just right up against this little plastic part. I'm going to set that down, and I am going to punch. And then I'm going to slide this over to the 3-inch mark and punch again. And now I can set my envelope punch board to the side. The next thing I'm going to need is my Stampin' Trimmer. I'm going to set my card front along the top edge and slide this over until I see this little groove just at that little divot. I'm going to put the bar down, and then I'm going to get my cutting blade here, and I'm going to slide it up with a little bit of pressure because I'm going through 2 pieces of cardstock and designer series paper until it just flexes a little bit. You're going to feel it. There's a difference there. And so that cuts off my little tab and creates the file folder look. Now that I've got my file folder finished, I'm ready to add my embellishments. I've punched a 1 3/4 inch circle out of Sahara sand cardstock and then another piece out of my designer series paper. I've added 3 dimensionals on the bottom of it, and I've kept these on the lower half because I'm going to set them right here so that they cover that flap a little bit to give me that closure without adhering to it. Now that I've got my 1 3/4 inch circle, I'm going to do the same thing with a 1 3/8 inch circle, piece of Sahara sand cardstock with a piece of designer series paper adhered to it. And this time I've only put 1 dimensional in the center, and I'm going to set that on there to give it a little height. And now I have stamped 2 of my butterfly images from the Papillon Potpourri, and I've punched them out with my Itty Bitty Butterfly Punch and my Elegant Butterfly Punch. And I've added a dimensional to them, so I'm ready to adhere them. One to the front flap here, and then I'm going to place 1 on this little circle here just to give it a little bit of color. There we go. So let me show you the original project again. Here's my file folder card. I hope you've enjoyed this project, and if you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. It's open 24/7, and you can get there from my blog, www.stampwithjini.com. Thanks for joining me.